All right, well, hello and welcome, my friends. I'm Kodiak Broncos, and today I'm here to talk about that horrible loss that we had to the Indianapolis Colts. But before we get into it, I just want to say a couple things. First of all, leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're not already. You can always wait till the end. Hopefully, I've earned it. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Also, I do offer voiceovers, so if you do want one, follow me on Twitter at Kodiak Broncos. And yeah, I'm here to talk about that game because as much as you say you do not want to talk about it, I know that we have a lot to discuss. So hopefully we can cope together and hopefully we can share our misery. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But either way, so first thing I have to address is that the special teams mishaps from the first two seasons of the Sean Payton era have completely continued into the third year as well. And listen, I understand why they fired Kotwika at the end of last season because of the inopportune special teams play. You know, Kansas City had the field goal block. We had the punting disaster in overtime against the Bengals. We got the Chargers free kick in LA. All those plays, if they go the other way, there's a good chance we win all three of those games. But in the fact that we did end up losing all those games because of our special teams, it's not much different here. And Darren Rizzi has been a massive disappointment so far. And also, it was called on Awazurike in real time, but I did rewatch the video. It was Dondre Tillman who did create the leverage situation. So all I got to say is that they failed this test with flying colors. Okay, I know a lot of people are complaining about the call, but you can't give them an opportunity to call that in the first place, okay? Even if you had just sit there and done literally anything else, just sit down, like do a cartwheel or something, okay? First of all, it was from 60 yards out, so if you put your hand up, you're probably not blocking it anyway. Second of all, like literally, just do anything else besides hit the center in that situation. Don't even give them the chance to call leverage to begin with, okay? This is not a new penalty either. It's been in the NFL. I can't remember the last time I saw it with the Broncos. I think 8 years ago against Dallas in week 2. I think they got Dallas for leverage, but either way, you can't hit the center. Like, that's what we've always known. You can't hit the dude snapping the ball. But either way, also, Will Lutz missing the kick is a large responsibility for this happening to begin with. And yeah, you can blame Lutz for missing this kick, but the offense should have had this game iced. Like, the Colts should have never been in this game to begin with. And instead of 1-1, or instead of 2-0, you're now off to a 1-1 start, and 2-0 would have been absolutely huge for this team to begin the year. But either way, yeah. Two, the offense completely blew it in the final two possessions, okay? Second to last drive, Bo Nix interception on the 3rd and 3 was absolutely horrible, okay? It was even more horrible because I watched it, I rewatched it, I rewinded it in real time after it was in commercial break, and I was just like, okay, what went wrong here? And he had Adam Troutman wide open. That was what went wrong there. I don't hate playing conservative there if you just run it and you kick the field goal, unless you don't trust Will Lutz, which I mean, I wouldn't blame you for that situation, but if you don't trust him, why is he on your roster? But either way, the last drive was where things got really bad because Dobbins has a big run to get to the Indy 25-yard line. And much like Tennessee had a drive starting from our 25 last week where they did not get points out of it, we didn't get points out of our drive either because we had two straight penalties, one where Dobbins spiked the ball. Honestly, not that bad of a penalty, but the Kroll holding penalty, that's what was the real backbreaker. It put us in 1st and 25 at the 40, and you're just not going to have a lot of successful drives when it is that situation. And the craziest thing is we got it back to 4th and 9. But yeah, no, like Lutz should have made that kick to begin with. And the Colts are down their top two cornerbacks and their best edge rusher. Leatu Latu is somebody who I really liked in the pre-draft process last year. And unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage. So hopefully this is a big wake-up call for the offense. And we have not really shown a propensity to be able to ice the games against good teams the past few seasons. I feel a little bit better about our chances to do it this upcoming year, especially because, we now actually do have a viable run game that can rip off some big plays when we need them to. But for now, you still have not proven me wrong. Number 3, it looks like Troy Franklin breakout season is here. And first of all, fair warning, this is the only positive I have to take away from this game. So I apologize for all the negativity, but we got to be realistic, and hopefully we can spread some positivity in the comment section down below. I've talked about him ad nauseum in this channel, so I'll try to keep this short. Okay, I said that the improvements to this offense would help no player on the team more than Franklin. Having a real run game was going to open up so much stuff in the middle of the field, and it looks like it has for Troy Franklin so far. And I was really happy with Franklin picking up the slack of the passing attack when the other dudes just didn't bother to show up. And unfortunately, we did go away from him in the second half. I thought we should have just kept feeding him because it looks like he has a lot of yak ability. So, our first drive in the third quarter was absolutely methodical. We did a pretty good job of that. Also, Didn't mention it here, but that 2-minute warning before the end of the first half, not capitalizing on that, really did screw us over as well because it's an entirely different game if we can make something happen there, and we went 3-and-out. So, yeah. But either way, Troy Franklin breakout season is here. Happy to see that. Number 4, Alex Singleton does not meet NFL standards, okay? I've been saying this entire summer on this channel that I did not want to see Alex Singleton on the field that much. And listen, this game perfectly encapsulates why we signed Dre Greenlaw to begin with. Because last season, inside linebacker was a sore spot for this team. And it looks like he's not even half as good as Cody Barton. And listen, Justin Sternad did not play a great game either. But once again, it took 2 injuries for both these guys to be the starting inside linebacker 1 and 2 on game day. But I expected that. I expected that because Alex Singleton or Justin Sternad, I should say, is bad against good teams. And this is something we didn't already know. Okay, you look at what we had against the Ravens, the Bills, the Chargers last year, etc. And Justin Sternad was bad. Same with Cody Barton. But listen, it looks like Alex Singleton is not even half as good as those guys were. Because I think about the Colts game last year, and they were absolutely cooking on the ground until Jonathan Taylor threw the football out of the end zone. But the Colts saw weakness, and they took advantage, okay? Our secondary, they didn't play a good game either. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. The Colts, they got some pass catchers there, so our secondary did not play very, very well at all. And I hope this was a good wake-up call for them because, they just got to be better in the upcoming weeks. But a lot of the struggles from this game can be traced back to the fact that we have an absolute black hole in our defense at inside linebacker 1 and 2. And I've been saying this entire offseason, I said that Alex Singleton, I thought he was more likely to be cut than actually get significant playing time for the Denver Broncos. And once again, not necessarily his fault that he was put in this situation because we did have the injuries to Greenlaw and Sanders to make this happen. But still, it took a lot for Singleton to be on the field, but he just does not meet NFL standards. I'm perfectly okay with seeing Karene Reed next week if Dre Greenlaw is not back. Number 5, Cortland Sutton and Evan Ingram completely no-showed. Okay, Evan Ingram, that signing is off to a horrendous start so far. Okay, I think he had 3 catches last week for around 20-ish, I think 21 yards, and today he had 1 reception for 12 yards. Now, it was a first down, and it was something I was excited about Ingram's repertoire when we did sign him. I was excited to finally get a real chain mover on this offense. I was excited to finally get, a middle of the field weapon, but that's no excuse for having an awful game, okay? I know that he is not 100%, but once again, not an excuse. He missed that block on Troy Franklin to get him basically killed on that screen. He did not pick up that first down when Bo Nix threw it to him in the flat, and he also had that penalty, the false start, which put us at 3rd and 15, and luckily we ended up getting that, but, good result does not equal good process there. And on a day where Indianapolis was littered with injuries defensively, the passing attack just needs to be so much better when it comes time to ice the game. Okay, you're going to be like, how could you be saying that? Well, especially when Bo Nix was on fire to start the game. Okay, he was on fire to start the game, but we couldn't pass the ball to ice the game. That was the big thing right there. And also, Sutton drew a key DPI in the second quarter, but I don't remember anything else. I don't remember him doing anything else that was actually notable for this team. Once again, 4-year wide receiver 1 that has honestly stepped up and saved the passing game over the past 2 years. I would have expected so much more. And once again, Evan Ingram is just completely non-involved right now. Joker talk and everything like that. I'm still just waiting to see it above all else. So either way, that does it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Mile High Salute.